You're listening to Goons, Games, and Gear, the sexiest gaming podcast in the world.
We're doing a little something different tonight. We're doing some anime review. That's right. Goons, Games, and Gear is like is a global phenomenon at this point, and we can review whatever we want. And there's enough Dragon Ball Z games to justify this, I'd say.
Yeah, and there's a new one coming out soon. So, and guess what? Frieza's in it. So.
I kind of wish. I mean, I could say I wish every DBZ game was on Game Pass, but it's like the Breakers. I don't want to buy it because I feel like it's just gonna be like not
bad.
I don't even think bad. It's just like it. I think it's only gonna be fun with your friends, or if you're just playing the villain.
Right.
Because there's just so many people. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna review the Frieza Saga because it's one of the most famous sagas in all of anime. So don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe, all the buttons, whatever button makes you feel better about yourself. We got the TikTok, the YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, raise 5 stars on there, and everywhere else on podcasts are available. Instagram for new people, Facebook for old people. I messed it up. Whatever. Twitter for someone, and then Discord for everyone else, and then. Just like to give another shout out to FeedSpot for putting us on their list of top gaming podcasts. We really appreciate it. And everyone should go check that out when possible because there's other good podcasts on there. We happen to be the best one, but we didn't want to be too good and take all the limelight. So we went down to the high 30. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So Frieza Saga, right? Probably one of the best, if not, well, I mean, it's one of my favorite sagas in all of anime. It's just back-to-back fighting of aliens and kids crying and Goku
Krillin blowing up and exploding.
Whoa! Spoilers, dude. What if someone's listening to this for the first time and they're like, "What?"
Spoiler. You're gonna have to put a spoiler alert on the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, right.
If you've never seen Dragon Ball Z, don't watch this video.
If you somehow never watched Dragon Ball Z,
haven't seen Dragon Ball Z in the last 20 years.
Right, yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, I think everyone grew up on it. I kind of miss Frieza's old voice, even though it was like kind of like a witchy old raspy voice that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill all the Saiyans. I'd also like to point out this is like the first time racism actually got away with it in anime. That Frieza just is straight up racist. I mean, literally,
she literally calls them all monkeys.
Yeah,
and puts them down every chance that he gets.
Stupid monkey. It's like damn, like he just has a tail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so the Frieza Saga technically starts when Goku's in the hospital after the Vegeta fight. And they're like, well, everyone's dead, and I got to revive them. So we're going to have to find a new place. So I have to go to Namek. And, okay, so, I understand at this point. I'm going to try and go from chronological. I'm going to go from start to finish, right? And then we'll...
Right. Yeah, we'll start, the whole saga.
Yeah, we'll start the whole saga. So, yeah, he's in, no anime is perfect, and Dragon Ball Z is one of the biggest culprits of, retconning and making mistakes in the show. And I would say already at the start there's an issue because... Goku's in the hospital, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta make a wish, and we gotta go revive our friends. Let's send my son, my what is he like 8?
Yeah,
if that
my child,
that's
barely in grade school, my bald best friend who's the weakest out of everybody at that point.
Yeah, at that point, right?
And this green guy that tried to kill me as a kid.
Well, no. Well, Piccolo's dead.
Oh, right.
Piccolo's dead, and that's and which is pretty much the issue. Like they need the Dragon Balls because they have to abuse those puppies. And so rather than just waiting for the sensu beans, or I think he doesn't even realize he could have sensu beans, he just sends his son and Krillin. I mean, he's a terrible father. Everyone knows that. And this is why I never understood. Why is Gohan like unrealistically stronger as a child? That I never understood that.
I don't know. I think it's just to do with that he was actually training with Piccolo for a while and kept training. And then the reason he got so terrible was because he actually went to school and listened to Chi-Chi.
True. Was he in school? Oh yeah, he wasn't at school at that point.
Yeah, and he went
that's
to
fair.
college and stuff,
Right.
and became. That's why he was like the Great Saiyan Man, so he could hide it from Chi-Chi
Right,
that he was
right,
still
right,
like fighting crime.
right. Oh, and don't forget, Piccolo literally destroyed the moon when he was training Gohan. He's just like, I don't want Gohan to turn
Right.
into an ape again. Like,
Right, which makes no sense as why none of them could have tails again. It would never happen.
right, like yeah, Gohan immediately grew it back, and then first of all, they're both bad parents. Chi should never let Gohan to leave, and I mean, I understand Krillin's the last hope, I guess, because everyone else died, but
Right.
I just feel like, oh, and also Bulma. They sent Bulma because they're like, we need to give her some limelight.
Oh yeah,
Like,
she's got to do something.
he has to do something. So, and they didn't even express. I don't think. Oh, maybe they did. They did talk about Frieza because, it kind of goes to a point where Vegeta's like in a healing pod, and then it's like, wait, how'd you hear about the Dragon Balls? And it's like, oh, your scatter was on, which, like, I feel like he should have known that, but I also,
Right.
just to backtrack even more, I would argue the Frieza saga starts like when Vegeta and everyone arrives because they technically work for Frieza, but they're
Right.
that's technically the Saiyan saga. So
Right.
yeah, so let's see. After that, right, they're in space. There's like a dumb little filler where they go to like the fake Namek. I never was a fan of that. Where
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
totally forgot about that.
they go to fake Namek, like just to like kill an episode or two, and it's like fake Namekians, just like okay. I mean, like, I guess they knew it was an action show and they couldn't have like more than like 3 episodes with 0 action.
Right, without Goku and Vegeta in it.
Right. So I mean, Vegeta wasn't like
Right, well, he wasn't like a hero and a main star yet.
right. He's still technically a villain. So that happened. I'm like, who cares? And
Yeah.
I don't know. That part kind of just I thought it was kind of worthless. I don't know. Something filler can like actually make a show better, but in this case, it did not. It rarely like this is bad filler. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
So once they got to Namek, right? They're all scared and stuff. They
Frieza was already there, right? Like she was just hunting the Dragon Balls.
Frieza's
Like
a
she
dude.
knew, or he knew it. Yeah, I'll keep doing that all episode.
Well,
he knew about that, right? Like he was just there getting them.
Yeah, and also in your defense, I absolutely thought Frieza was a woman until like
Oh,
I was 20.
until like super honestly, yeah.
Right. Um, yeah. So I mean, yeah, Frieza was on the planet, but he was having his henchmen like collect the Dragon Balls.
Right.
So it was, and then like I mean, was it Zarbon and Dodoria are just like destroying everything. They're killing
Right.
people, which is great. And then Vegeta arrives and he fights Kui, which is just like not even a rival, but just like someone who hates Vegeta because
Right, because he hates him.
because Vegeta's just a dick. Like he's just a like full on dick, and then he murks Kui, which is great. It's one of my favorite moves that's never ever used again, which is dirty fireworks, and it's
Oh yeah.
it's just awesome. I love it. It's just Kui, and then Kui's like a Frieza fanboy. It's like he tries to trick Vegeta, and then he's like, oh my god, Frieza's here, and Vegeta's gonna be scared, and then throws some like blast, and then Vegeta's like, ha ha ha, I learned how to hide my power, and I'm also like 5 trillion times stronger.
Yeah.
And they like, and then okay, so this is like the weird part where they just abuse the whole, oh, if you're on the verge of death as a Saiyan, you get stronger.
Yeah. Which is never brought up again, by the way, ever.
It's brought up. It's brought up in the Frieza saga, like in the like after Frieza, it's never mentioned again ever.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
like there's like every other episode, Vegeta's like, you need to kill him. You need to beat me up to get me stronger. Like in the Frieza fight, Vegeta's like, Krillin, I need you to shoot me. No.
Just like beat me up, and I'll be stronger.
And then I'll be a Super Saiyan. Anyway. What happened to their queen? I'm trying to remember. I got like the list here. There.
I think Vegeta, or no, Krillin and Gohan run into Dodoria.
Oh right. And then they nab a Dragon Ball and like run away like super fast.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta just kills Dodoria. Like just
Right, just murks him.
Yeah, murks him, and then but Dodoria squeals and says how Frieza destroyed the planet, which, well, so like, which is weird because they didn't retcon that in the Super Broly movie. And they still said the meteor thing, but they made it like as if Vegeta didn't care as a kid, and now suddenly it matters. Like, I mean,
right.
Okay. That's cool. Anyway, so I mean, it's cool that Vegeta's just murking people. There's not even like that many. There's not like cool fights. It's just like Vegeta just kind of overpowering people. And
right. All the like Ginyu Force guys.
And also, what I didn't understand is like power levels were still relevant during this time, but they don't like they didn't make it. They didn't elaborate more when they could have. So like Vegeta, like I don't even remember what power level Vegeta was at this time, but at like by the Frieza fight, they just like forget it. They're like, Frieza admits to being 1 billion at like second or third form, I think. Which
something like that.
Excuse me. Which is fine, I guess, but like. Power levels were important from the Saiyan Saga to the Frieza Saga, and then after that, it just makes no sense whatsoever. They just, like, absolutely no sense. So, there's that. Let's see what else.
According to this article, it says Vegeta's was at, like, 30,000 because he was close to, like, death or whatever. But that makes no sense. It also says that Zarbon's was like 23,000 and Dodoria's was like 22.
Really?
Apparently.
Because he destroys Dodoria, but Zarbon beats him up.
Well, that's when Zarbon goes into like his monster mode.
Right.
I think they're talking about like just base Zarbon when he first starts fighting him.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the stronger version gets up to like 28 to 30,000. So he's like on par with Vegeta, power level wise, which means nothing.
Right. At least at this point, like it really doesn't mean anything. I didn't mind Zarbon as a character, but
no,
he's just short lived.
I thought he was, yeah,
he's just very short lived. He whoops Vegeta's ass, and then Vegeta comes back and just like, oh, I got more powerful. I cheated again.
Yeah,
so like. It was all right. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he does. I feel like it was a wasted character because he was supposed to be like Frieza's like number 2,
right. And then also Guido's there, and he like tries to freeze time.
Well,
and, Vegeta just like literally murks him, like beheads him.
This is where I have my criticisms. So Gildo, mind you, not Guido. Gildo. So he's fighting Gohan and Krillin. So yeah, it's Gohan Krillin versus Gildo. It's supposed to be like Gildo's not even initiation, but like, oh, I can take care of these runts.
Right.
But like, if they were gonna chop off his head, why not just give Krillin the W and have him Destructo Disc?
No, Krillin's not allowed to win.
Like
Krillin wins when he slams that Android 18 later. That's his win.
That's his only win.
And then, you know what? It's sad because Krillin wins in life, like during GT, like he gets a real job and he's just like awesome. And none of that actually happens anymore.
Different reality. That's how I'd put it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Krillin's like dream world.
Right.
While he's like scared because Frieza came back.
Yeah, now, and I guess canon, he's just he's a police officer for. Which is really weird because he's a Buddhist. Right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird. Anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, they fight. Yeah, then Vegeta Zarbon, no one cares. But okay. And then they have like this filler where they're all like Yamcha, Chaozu, and Tien are training on King Kai's planet against Piccolo. Because Piccolo is like league stronger. No one cares. No one needed to see that. No one
cares about any of them. Until like years later, people actually care about Piccolo. And that's it.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And also, like, they're still trying to make Yamcha relevant when he isn't.
He was just a joke.
Yeah,
the whole series. He was just it literally got to the point, what was it, Cell or Boo, where he was just like, yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not dying again.
Yeah, it was
I'm not
Boo.
dealing with it.
Yeah, Boo. He
He's
doesn't.
just like, yep, I'm done. See you later. I'm hanging out with the pig guy, and that's it.
Right. With the pig guy. Yeah. And then you got the baseball player, which I would argue is almost cheating. He should be like the best baseball player ever.
Oh yeah,
knock him out of the
he's
park.
still super strong and can
Right.
like use moves and stuff.
Right. So, forgot to mention though. So the Ginyu Force is to be like one of the most feared forces in like the universe, right? And
Right.
it's just like, and mind you, Goku's on his way. He's training 20 times gravity, which is apparently like the cheat to win, like everything. Like he could have just done this as a kid and just like ended everyone's career. He gets there and then because Rakum's just at this point murdering everyone. Like I didn't know this, but he actually breaks Gohan's neck.
Oh, Raccoon, yeah, he like paralyzes him.
Right, and then Gohan forces not Gohan, Goku forces a senzu bean. And I never understood if Raccoon was actually stronger than the rest of the Ginyu Force. Like it kind of felt like he was supposed to be, but I didn't really understand.
I don't know. I feel like Ginyu was only strong because of his like gimmick, right?
Right.
Like where you could swap bodies, but
that's Ginyu. Raccoon.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why Ginyu was strong.
Oh, right.
Was because of his gimmick. But like once that gimmick was like taken advantage of, he was useless.
Right.
Like
yeah, we never got like a could Vegeta match up to Ginyu because you getting decimated by Raccoon.
Right, he was just recovering at this point. Like Goku threw him a sensu bean while he was laying on the ground. He's like, yeah, eat this.
I assume he got another power boost from that. He gets like 4. Or he gets one from Kui, he gets one from Zarbon, and he gets one from Raccoon. And then he gets one from Krillin after getting nuked. So yeah, 4. So he gets 4 power boosts for some reason, because he needs it desperately to catch up. And then, Goku just, one punches Raccoon, whatever. I didn't mind the Raccoon fight. I mean, I guess they were trying to just show how strong the Ginyu Force was, but when you're going against Krillin, a child, and then Vegeta, like, it's just like, it didn't make sense why, like, Vegeta was so far behind. Like, they just kept having to give him power boosts. Like, dude, just one and done. Find him a different way.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens at Goku versus Raccoon. Oh, then Goku versus Burner and Jace. I thought that was great. Like, he just decimates these two. It's just funny.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, there's a meme where he just punches Jace in the face. And just, like, straight, like, face bump.
Yeah, just absolutely murders him.
Right. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But, and then they chase down one of my favorite lines in DBZ. Vegeta just, like, karate chops Jace. And Jace, like, kind of turns around. He's like, Vegeta, no! like, later. Also,
see you later.
At least Vegeta does the double tap and, like, literally breaks Burter's neck. And then he just blasts Raccoon away. So
yeah.
I always respected that. So at least at this point, it starts picking up. Goku versus Captain Ginyu. They do the dumb. I hated the body switching gimmick. I thought it was kind of dumb. I thought it was like a cop-out.
He swaps body and then he's like, oh, now I'm as powerful as Goku. I was like, okay. And then what do? They just like beat him up to the point where he wants to switch back, and then they throw the frog in front of him or something like that.
Like, yeah, they fight him. He doesn't really he doesn't know how to use Kaioken, so he's just like, or use Goku's power. So then he sees Vegeta and he's like, oh, I'll just use Vegeta's body instead. And then Goku just throws the frog, and then it's like the running gag for literally the rest of the series that Captain Ginyu's just in a frog and life goes on
forever.
Right. And then also don't forget Ginyu literally like gave himself a terminal wound. So that way when Goku's in his body, he'll just slowly die.
He's like bleeding out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that was smart, but then it also led to Goku be like, they had to find a way where Goku couldn't be in the Frieza fight from the start. They had to, so he just puts them in the chamber. That's cool. And then what? Oh yeah, then this is the Frieza saga. Like all of that was the lead up, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
not to mention the Dragon Ball searching, all that crap, all the stuff that they go through to get Dragon Balls. But now it's oh yeah, they also summoned a dragon and make a what was the wish? I'm trying to remember.
I think they wished everybody back
I thought that was
at that point
I thought that was
because
the
Piccolo
later.
and them come back.
Oh right.
Because I think doesn't Yamcha fight Raccoon at
Oh,
some point?
yeah. No, they fight on King Kai's planet because they
Oh,
died.
right. Raccoon ends up there somehow.
The whole Ginyu
That's
Force.
right.
The Ginyu Force
Right.
goes there. And then somehow Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu are stronger than the Ginyu Force. I don't get that.
Yeah, that's the only fight Yamcha's ever won.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so I think they're individually bringing them back. They brought back Piccolo. I don't remember if they got another wish. But I just know because they brought back Piccolo, it brought back Kami, which
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Right.
that's what they brought back Piccolo because it brought back Kami, which brought back the Dragon Balls on Earth.
right.
So they could actually work. Right.
Right.
That's right.
And then they made that wish to influence Namek in some wacky, crazy way. So I mean, at this point, right? They actually could have just dipped.
Right. They could have been like, "That's it. See you later, Frieza. You want to fight? I'll see you on Earth."
Right. I mean, honestly, now I didn't even think about that. If once they made that wish, they wished for Piccolo to be revived. Oh, now I remember they wished for Piccolo to be revived, and then they wished for him to come to Namek. When what they could have done was wish for Piccolo to be revived and then teleport me, Gohan, and I mean they're not friends with Vegeta, so me, Gohan, and Goku to Earth. Call it.
Right.
And that would be the Namek saga for them. That would be that would have been it. Yeah, that would have been it. And then I don't know if Frieza knew where Earth was at that point, but
I guess they stayed just because they knew the Dragon Balls there would just fly back around the Earth or the planet, right? And then Frieza would just get them again anyway. I think it was more about that, stopping him from getting the Dragon Balls.
No, because they killed they killed the Elder, which made him into stone. That's what pissed Frieza off. That's why.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. What is it? What's his name? Gur, right? Gur.
It was whoever Nail replaced, right? Like Nail was the grandson or something.
I thought it was just the Guardian. I thought it was just the protector of the Elder. No, the Elder just chooses just to die, just so Frieza couldn't get his hand on the Dragon Balls.
Oh, right.
So in that case, the Namek Dragon Balls would just be gone. Granted, yeah, they kind of screwed over all the Namekians, but that's not Goku's problem. That's not anyone else's.
Right. That's not their problem. It's not even Piccolo's problem. He could just leave. Yeah, I have my own Dragon Balls. I'll see you later.
Or best case scenario, they wish Piccolo back and everyone's teleport back to Earth, right? Frieza leaves, then after a year make another round of wish I wish everyone on Namek who died from Frieza came back, and the Dragon Balls come back, and then life goes on.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. I fixed the Frieza saga. We're not even gonna talk about the rest anymore because I fixed it. There you go. That's it.
Loopholes.
Right. All right. So then finally, right after all this, which if I threw all right, the entire Frieza saga, which is the start of well, okay, so they consider the Frieza saga when Nail fights Frieza, and Frieza just decimates him.
That's not even a fight. That's
rips off his arm. And everyone loves Nail. Nail's just a special side character that people just want in games.
Right.
And and then Nail fuses with Piccolo, which now that I think about it, we actually don't know how strong Piccolo was, without that fusion.
Without that, yeah. I don't know, because he was training with King Kai. So I assume he got some ridiculous power boost there.
Well, if Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu can take on the Ginyu Force and Vegeta couldn't, right? Then I would argue that I would have to say that Piccolo gets up to level 1 Frieza strength. That that's my imagination.
What?
What?
Okay, so apparently, according to the official Dragon Ball wiki, when he fights When he finally fights Frieza, he's a power level of about 1,000,000. Now, if you take into the fact that Nail's power level at the time of fighting Frieza was 42,000, this means that Piccolo's power level before fusing is roughly at
900.
950,000.
Yeah, something ain't right there. That doesn't seem
Piccolo
right.
is definitely not that strong now.
Or I mean, like, so when he fuses with Nail, he barely can beat out Frieza Form 2, which I understand
Right.
because I can understand that, but there's no way that when Piccolo was dead, no, that doesn't make any sense because when Piccolo fought Nappa was like under, I think, like 8,000. I don't really remember what
Yeah,
but it was something.
they were like super low back then.
Right,
Yeah.
they're super low then. So then you're telling me when Piccolo trains under Kami,
Yeah,
or not
he
Kami,
quadruples.
that's more than quadruples. He goes up to he goes with 900,000. That's like times
Yeah.
like 900.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
wait, down here it says Piccolo at most was 100,000 to 200,000. So
When?
that was before fusing with Nail. So he'd be at like 150 to 250.
I thought
That makes more sense.
I thought his second form was at 1,000,000.
For Piccolo?
No, for Frieza.
No, I'm talking about Piccolo.
Right, what I'm saying is, I thought Frieza's second form was a little over 1,000,000, and I thought,
Oh, base Frieza was 1,000,000. Yeah.
okay, but
Yeah,
then
I don't know where this 950,000 comes from, but down below it says Nail was 42,000, Piccolo was 100,000 to 200,000. So when they fused, they were like 142,000 to 242,000. So he was still like way under leveled for Frieza.
right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't
Yeah,
understand because form 2, I could be wrong. Where is it? Does it have it here? The power level? No. I could have sworn Frieza level 2 was 1,000,000. I thought he announces that power level.
Oh,
Frieza.
yeah, that sounds right.
Frieza per power level list. Oh, okay. Hold on. So first form Frieza is 530,000. Second form is 1,060,000. Okay, but Piccolo's beating that form of Frieza, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
right. That's why power
It's
levels
that
make no sense.
plot armor. Yeah.
Like it makes no sense at all. And also, like, that's all. Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up. It's gonna piss me off. Actually, I'll say it. In the Dragon Ball Super and the movie, Frieza's like, oh, if I train earnestly, my base form could be over 1,000,000. Okay, like what
That shouldn't be that hard. Yeah.
Well, it's not even being that hard, but that doesn't make any sense. Okay, yeah, your thing's over 1,000,000, but it should know that his final form at 100% ends up at 120 million. So
Right.
so then
He also never goes back to his base form. He's always in his like
Right.
perfected form,
Right.
or the
Well, I mean that's what like pisses me off about Dragon Ball Z and Super in general. Like they did away with power levels, but then nothing made any sense whatsoever at all. So anyway, where were we? All right.
before Piccolo even fights him, though, they like try to fight Frieza in his first form. Vegeta, Gohan,
Right.
and Krillin.
And Vegeta's like evenly matched. Like
Right, Vegeta's evenly matched, and then just kind of like gets worn down. Krillin throws a Destructo Disc that pisses Frieza off, and then gets blown up. And then Gohan like cries for like 3 episodes or something like that. Until like Goku's fine and throws everybody a sensu bean.
Wow, you just summed up every fight in less than 10
Yeah,
seconds.
right. And that's 30 episodes right there.
Form 1, Vegeta, like Frieza, they're like evenly matched somehow. And then Frieza's like, I have multiple forms, and then he transforms, right? And then he's over 1,000,000.
Right.
But he's like murking everyone. Everyone's just dying, or like getting destroyed. Nothing can do about it.
Right.
Piccolo comes along and can take him on.
Yeah, he holds him his like entire second form, pretty much.
Right. Like he's like barely beating him, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense with what we just talked about with the power levels. But
Right.
and then he transforms into the alien lookalike. I actually love this form. I always thought I thought it was awesome. His
That's the third form, right?
Yeah.
Where his like head's super long.
Yeah, that's literally a ripoff of
Yeah, of an alien.
right. And
Yeah, it was sweet.
yeah. So then Piccolo's getting like poked to death, literally, and Gohan's like, stop hurting him, and there's like a big beam blast somehow. Frieza's like, oh, yeah, like it kind of hurts, haha. And then he gets bored. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna go final form.
Right.
And then that's okay. So then.
And then we're caught up. And then Krillin explodes. Vegeta starts to get pummeled.
Well, you have that in reverse, but
yeah.
Vegeta gets destroyed. He's getting like, I'm sorry. Krillin puts a hole through Vegeta's chest, and Vegeta's, and then Vegeta powers up again, and then he's like, I'm a Super Saiyan now, and then he gets rocked.
Right. He's like, no, you're not a Super Saiyan. You're not the thing of legend. Sorry.
Right, you're right. And he just gets like absolutely destroyed. And then Goku shows up, and then Frieza immediately kills Vegeta, which, I mean,
and didn't invite him to his birthday party. The worst crime.
To be fair, I think one of the best jokes in Dragon Ball Bridged is when Vegeta gets shot by a death beam. And like mind you, this is right after Goku just like deflects like 500 the death beam barrage.
Yeah.
Why didn't you dodge that one? I thought you had it, buddy. No, no. That's weird. I could have sworn I hit a lung up. There it is. So, do we have what Goku's power level is at this point? It has to. I mean, obviously, it has to be below like 3 million? It has. Well, that Frieza 3 million is when he's heavily suppressed. So
okay, so when he fought Ginyu read him at 180,000.
Okay.
And by the end of it, when he goes Super Saiyan, he was at 150 million.
Really?
So he's somewhere in between there.
Huh. Really? He ends at 150 million?
Apparently.
Wow. Okay, I'm not sure where they're pulling these numbers from, but apparently in Super, Frieza's base form power is 530 billion. Dude, they power levels were like the worst thing they ever thought about. Anyway, all right, so this fight, right, is like a genre-defining 30-episode fight, which is one of the best in anime.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why Goku only used Kaioken for like 10 seconds.
Right.
Just like, like you use that against Vegeta the whole time, and you only use it for like 5 seconds against Frieza. Why?
Yeah.
Just why? Why? I don't understand.
Yeah, it made no sense.
It made no sense, and how do I put it? He had these tricks to like try and even keep up with Frieza, but
right, he was like hiding behind the rocks and in the
water,
the craters, and yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's fine, but it's like, I don't know. I would have wanted to see more, just like straight up brawling. But I guess when that did happen, Goku was getting like choked out and just dying,
right,
repeatedly,
impaled or whatever, shot with his laser beams.
Right. Yeah, really though.
And then he does the greatest move of all.
Spirit Bomb!
Spirit Bomb! This move he just completely pulls out of nowhere. He's just like, everybody help. I'm going to destroy this planet. I don't care about it.
Okay. Seriously. First of all, the Spirit Bomb has a terrible track record at this point. Still, It hasn't actually killed anyone. And
Goku's just like, I don't care about the Namekians. I got to take out Frieza.
I mean, Frieza... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to wait my criticism until the very end. I have a big criticism about that part specifically. Okay, so like, how do I put this? He has to charge a Spirit Bomb. Piccolo makes a distraction. Piccolo somehow gets a few couple punches in before Frieza just starts rocking him silly.
Oh yeah.
And then Frieza gets mad and then starts charging up like a death ball. and then suddenly he didn't see it before, the giant spirit bomb coming at him.
Right.
I first of all, I how strong was the spirit bomb? Did anyone calculate that?
Spirit bomb.
How strong was it was
Power level.
Spirit bomb. It's just like, okay, so someone said Frieza at 68 million. Spirit bomb was supposed to be Goku's strongest attack, but did nothing. Kaioken has 20, Kamehameha 20 million. Well, even Gage. Well, someone points out that Frieza at 60 million. Goku had his Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha was 60 million as well, but that didn't close to nothing to it.
Right.
So if Frieza took a lot of damage from the spirit bomb, he'll estimate it between 80 and 100 million.
Okay. Sounds reasonable at that point.
I guess, but he somehow lost a tail in the spirit bomb, which never really made sense. It's like he just woke up in the spirit bomb and just lost his tail.
Oh yeah.
So so school fight. Frieza somehow has a psychic. He can he ping pong balls Goku around. It's still, it's a great slugfest. And then finally the ultimate move, Frieza murks Krillin. Just
yeah.
Goku.
And that's it. Like literally explodes him into
Right.
tiny bits.
Which again, I don't understand why this was what made him turn Super Saiyan, but as a child did not. He's just like
Right.
Like Krillin died as a child as well. I maybe seeing someone explode in your face is a little more traumatic than I guess finding them just dead with a snapped neck. That's my like maybe that's the reason. Also, what I never understood is why is Goku turned around when he turns Super Saiyan?
Dramatic effect.
Right, but I mean, so but that would mean that because he's already facing, I think he's facing Frieza, right? At that point, and I mean, like physically,
he was
physically,
or maybe he was facing where Krillin blew up and the
maybe.
scattered remains, the little chunks.
Right. Okay, and then this is where Goku as a character starts pissing me off because Frieza's like, oh, let me get into my final form and then we'll have a real fight. Goku's like, yeah, sure. What?
This is where his terrible addiction starts of, I'm going to let everybody I ever fight power up fully and then fight them.
Right. And then more people just die because of it.
Right. And then my son has to clean up after me for the next arc.
I also hated that too. Like 100% Frieza slams Goku into a volcano. He thinks Goku's dead and Gohan's like, no.
Right.
And then he's powered up. And then Gohan matches Frieza at this point. I don't get that.
Right. As a child.
Right.
With barely any training.
Right. Barely any training. Yeah, Goku bursts out the volcano, saves his son, and battles on with Frieza. Finally having the true upper hand. Frieza managed to cut himself in half with his own attack and left him dead. Now, this divides it into the Trunks saga. I would argue the Frieza saga officially ends once Frieza is actually dead.
Right.
But
because then it was just like the movie, which wasn't canon, right? Obviously.
Which movie?
The Cooler.
Yeah, it's not canon. That movie. That movie actually technically could have been canon because it fit in the timeline.
Right. Right. It was all still relevant, I guess, right? Because Frieza would still be dead.
Wait.
To be revived later for the Tournament of Power.
Wait, would that make sense? Because Krillin's alive, which would mean that he would have been wished back, which would have been at least. I guess it makes sense because between then and the Android saga was 7 years, so
right,
so
it could have happened.
Yeah, it could have happened. But all right, so this is now that we've gone over everything, this is what pisses. Well, this is the good and bad. I honestly think if DBZ ended here, if Frieza died in the explosion, and they just stopped this, he's the legend of the Super Saiyan. I think this would have been a perfect anime.
Oh yeah, if they kept it super short, and that was just it.
Right, he's the legendary Super Saiyan, and then he just protects Earth. If they just ended it there, it would have been such a perfect ending like the ultimate battle happened, all this, like I thought it'd been great or healthier for the series.
Right.
I also hate the fact, I really hate the fact that so Frieza comes back, in a mechanical form. Trunks kills Frieza. However,
Right.
in the special where Trunks in the future explains what happened, like there's a movie about his timeline, right? But in that timeline,
Right.
what would have had to have happened was, since Trunks never showed up from the future, that means everything would have played out as normal, which means we easily could have saw what happened when Goku arrived on Earth to fight Frieza for a second time. Like, why didn't they give us that fight? It's like
Right.
that's
Right.
I was like, what? Why? I thought that'd been great. Like, I mean, Frieza were the guy. He would have been rocked, but I just thought that was ridiculous. Like, why didn't you give us that?
Yeah.
But there's another problem. I'm trying to think of it.
I mean, the whole fact that like Frieza comes back is still just like baffling me. To help them in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, but I don't have to worry about. I mean, they're. I mean, Frieza is as strong as the rest of them. I like, it's just a free way to bring them back into the show. It was stupid, but
Right.
trying to keep it confined to this pocket of time, like, from
Right.
I'm trying to worry less about Super and more about this exact era. But like, how do I put it? Frieza comes back to Earth to kill everyone, including Goku, but Goku's not there. So, like I said, I wish in the history it shows exactly what happened. Like, did anyone die? Anything like that? I think that'd been great. I think that they could have easily expanded on Frieza's like family history. We know King Cold. What about his mother? Or
Right.
Or it would have been cool. Like, they easily could have been like, oh, my brother will avenge me, and then that's what leads into a cooler thing. That'd been great.
Right. Cooler could have just been a way more powerful villain for them to fight.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And for some reason they like. I mean, the movies weren't bad. In fact, I love the meta one. What's it? Revenge of Cooler.
Revenge of Cooler. Yeah.
Wait, what's it? Wait, I thought no.
Because there was King Cold, right?
Well, that wasn't a movie though.
Oh, what was that? Just like a.
There was Revenge of
It was
Cooler.
just like a special.
No, it was a movie. There's two Cooler movies: Revenge of Cooler and. I wonder if it was then Cooler's Revenge, because there's base Cooler, and then there was meta Cooler, which I liked infinitely more.
Cooler's Revenge, and then the Return of Cooler.
Oh, the Return of Cooler. Okay.
Yeah.
None of. I mean, the first one could have been canon. The second one can't be canon because Vegeta. If they were both Super Saiyan, Goku and Vegeta, then
it would have been after Cell.
It would have been between. It would have been the 10 days of when the Cell Saga, the Cell tournament was going to take place.
Right.
Excuse me. All in all, though, I wish that, again, it ended there. It ended right when. I wish Goku. No, here's my ending. I wish that, like, they try and wish Goku to come home, and they're like, or revive Goku. He can't be revived. And then it's like, oh, he's gonna come home. And then it's like the end of the series, and then there's like an epilogue released, which leads into Frieza's not dead, and is Mecha Frieza. And then Goku also rises on Earth, and then we get that clash, and then that's the end of the series. That's how I personally love to see it end. But either way, I still love the saga.
Oh yeah,
It's still really good. I just think that. Well, no, what?
I was gonna say it's just like super iconic.
Oh yeah,
like all of anime.
Right, super iconic. It was rather graphic. Somehow they let racism just go mainstream for some reason. just like easily slide. That's probably never mind. But Goku was like severely underpowered. Like, it wasn't even a match at all. It's like I think this was the start. No, it wasn't the start. I mean, they always did it. When Dragon Ball Z started, every saga was just like, we have to wait for Goku to get here. Everyone gets slaughtered. Goku arrives. Goku wins.
Right.
I guess
except for Cell, right? Or I guess
no, it still does, because Goku he gets the heart attack or the heart disease, and then he's out until Perfect Cell.
Right, but then he just dies anyway, and then Gohan has to kill him.
Yeah, but that's a totally different. But that also pissed me off because it's just like
He just uses Goku's power anyway.
Well, I mean, he could have just instant transmissioned him to like space, not King Kai's planet, and then like, why did Goku have to die? He got instant transmission, grabbed King Kai and everyone else, instant transmission out. There you go. That's
Right,
and then
right.
and then another fight continues. But back to Frieza. Yeah, like a perfect villain. I'm trying to remember though. I'm pretty sure Akira Toriyama said how he based Frieza off of like, I think it's like insurance salesman in Japan. I don't know, it's like some like wicked people.
That's so weird.
You're like,
Yeah, wow.
you think that's weird? Everyone's named after vegetables. Kakarot,
Oh yeah.
Vegeta, like that's weird. Like, yeah, most people are forgettable. Frieza's not forgettable. Literally, like, supposed to be the tyrant of the universe. I just wish it ended here, because
Right.
I was not a fan of the Cell Saga. I really,
I love the Cell Saga. I love the Buu Saga too.
I like the Buu Saga. I don't know. I wasn't huge on the Cell Saga up until Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. But, Goku going Super Saiyan and the soundtrack and the lightning, everything was cool. Oh, we didn't even talk about how, the whole 5 minute aspect. Why? Like, like, remember, there's 5 minutes till the planet's destroyed. 10 episodes.
Yeah.
10 episodes.
5 minutes spread out between 20 episodes. It meant nothing.
Like, maybe it's because of the manga and like it's easier to like show panels of fighting without like showing how much time has been spent, but they're like talking the whole time.
Right. They're just sitting there having a chit chat about whatever.
Right. Oh, thank God I remember this. This brings me back to being pissed off about Goku's character, because at the very end he's like, yeah, you're not a threat to me anymore. I'm just going to leave. Like, dude, this guy murders planets and killed your best friend. I'm just like, I'm so tired of the whole, like, that's why I've grown to hate Goku's character.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
he's just a nuisance.
Right. He just lets everyone go to get stronger and then kills his friends and then repeat. Like, that's so selfish. That's so selfish.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're like, oh, I'm bored. You're not a threat to me. Okay. He's a threat to literally the whole universe. Like, like, why would you let him go? Just like end him, Goku. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he has a confirmed kill by this point, though. I don't. Oh, actually, no. He kills King Piccolo. I guess that counts.
Yeah, he kills Piccolo. He kills what was his name? Nappa?
No, he broke Nappa's back, but Vegeta killed Nappa.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure he's only killed King Piccolo up until this point. Oh well, I'm not sure if they count it, but he deflects what's his name, General Tao's grenade, and deflects it back at him, and then no, he doesn't die.
Right.
Never mind, he doesn't die. He turned into like a half android.
He killed his grandfather.
that doesn't count. He he turned into an ape, and then
Tambourine. I don't really remember.
Oh, Tambourine was
base Dragon Ball too much, but he's like this devil guy.
Yeah, no, I know Tambourine is. Yeah, Tambourine
with
was
drum and piano.
I don't remember who piano is. I remember who drum is. But yeah, those are Piccolo's children, or like created minions, and I didn't know Goku killed them though.
He actually doesn't have like a ton of confirmed kills.
I know. That's what pisses me off. I know.
Like of the main enemies, the only one he's like credited with is Buu. Because Vegeta kills himself and Cell kills himself.
And also, he kills Frieza in Super.
Right.
He kills Frieza, but that's it. That's actually, and you can't count the movie kills because they're not canon. They're not canon. See, like he's like
his most kills were in Dragon Ball as a child.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
insane.
that. Yeah, he was a killer as a child and then just loses it all.
And that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's killed by Piccolo with Raditz. And then he I understand having a hero that doesn't kill. Like I really do. But then like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's just so stupid that like Frieza's
Right.
basically the ultimate evil of the universe, and he just lets him go.
Right.
But I think it's like a Shonen Jump kind of like. Well, it is Shonen Jump, right?
Well, I mean, but Vegeta's list is like absolutely insane.
Right, right. No,
I think it's just because Goku is so stupid, and his whole like philosophy is just like, oh, I want to keep fighting these guys, so I'll get stronger, they'll get stronger, and we can just keep fighting. Like he just doesn't want the fight to ever end.
right, right. And that's what
And it's
annoys
just
me.
stupid.
Right.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like just kill him.
Like Frieza should have just been his first kill and only kill in DBZ. Like I understand, like canonically, I understand why he didn't kill Vegeta. I mean, I think if Vegeta didn't kill Nappa, Goku paralyzing him would have led to his death.
Right.
You know?
That would have counted
That-
down the road.
like, what was Nappa gonna do? Like just like you know, yeah, that would have counted. Yeah, Goku isn't a killer, which is fine until like he needs the kill.
Right.
It really isn't that difficult. He like all these people were willing to kill his children, his child. So like at
Right.
that point, like you know, like Doria, Captain Ginyu, all that fun stuff. Like he should have. Like he even tried to like Captain Ginyu go like, oh, you know, I'm gonna stop fighting you. Go tell Frieza like I'm here and let's fight him. You know, and Ginyu's like, nah, we'll just switch bodies instead.
Right.
That's like that's just my biggest gripe. That's what I hate most. Like it would have been such a better ending to the series than or like to the saga. Well, I mean,
It should have just been like he tries to leave and Frieza shoots like the laser beam and he literally just backhands it back like right into his forehead or something.
I mean, he does that in a sense. I don't know if his intent was to kill though, right? Because like
Right.
he shot it back like because Frieza was a dick and just like, oh, you'll die by my hand. Again, a really cool line. And Goku's just like, you fool. Which, by the way, I don't know why, but in the Fighter Z, he says you moron, and it just hurts my ears. You moron! I'm just like, no, no, 2 syllables doesn't work there, man.
Yeah.
You fool! But like, I'm not sure if it was ever confirmed if his intent was to kill Frieza there. You know, I assume not because he would have then just like completely Kamehameha, which he didn't. He just like did a yellow beam.
Right.
So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I don't know. It just like that really irks me. I think it would have been a much better. I think the fight in general would have been better if Frieza didn't like die from his own, I guess, arrogance, and they just had like either a beam struggle or like Goku just like pummels him to the point where he just can't. Okay, actually no. I finally figured out the best ending for the saga.
Here, before you go to that, apparently there's like a Reddit thread about it. If he intended to kill Frieza, and apparently in the manga, there's a shot that's not in like the show of him like just with a sad face, and I guess it was to imply like he didn't really want to kill him, like he tried to spare him, but he was left no choice apparently.
That's fair. Yeah, they do have that in the They do have that in the game where he has that face where he's just like he's like disgusted. I always took that as like a you know Frieza's a terrible person, like you know like a look of disgust. But I could totally see that as like I can't like I guess you pushed me this far.
I gotta kill my sparring buddy. Damn,
my sparring buddy. The one who almost just murdered me at point blank.
Murdered my child. Right? Doesn't even go Super Saiyan about his child getting destroyed.
Yeah. So
like it's his buddy.
Like he's too pacifist. Like when Gohan was dead, literally like a snap neck dead, Goku should have got really pissed off and just destroyed Raccoon like he did with Nappa.
Oh, he's just a bad dad.
Oh,
like it just never gets better either. Like Gohan just gets slapped around so much, and then even Goten gets slapped around a ton.
Right. It's just.
But anyway,
yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to think. I think that's all I got for it. I think.
Yeah.
Is anything? I mean, oh, we got. Don't forget, Gohan got pissed off at Vegeta for saying that his dad's dead, and then Vegeta just like beats the crap out of him on Earth.
Oh yeah, just slaps him.
He's like, yeah, just slaps him silly. So, um, for me, it's like if I can put away my internal hatred for Goku as a character,
Right.
I give like the whole saga like a 9 out of 10. Like,
Oh yeah.
but it's just, like the Super Saiyan thing was finally built up. They kept saying it over and over, like something was gonna happen. I thought it'd been funnier if Gohan was Super Saiyan at that point. Like, what if he's the legendary Super Saiyan? But yeah, I'd give it 9 out of 10. You just
Yeah.
good build up. Like, all other than the crappy filler at the very beginning of it, it's like battle after battle after battle after battle after battle.
Right.
Like, honestly, like I'm looking through like this like DNA format they have, and I don't think there's any like they'll have like scenes where like there's King Kai's talking or something, right? But they won't have like they didn't have any episode of like dedicated to the Earth life.
Right. It was all focused on Namek.
Right,
And even like the like beginning filler episodes, like they weren't like awful. Like they were just on a new planet and like trying to figure things out. It was all just like set up.
also, I kind of wish that Piccolo used Special Beam Cannon again, and like it hit Frieza, but just doesn't like pierce him. Just like
Right.
like it did.
That's how he should have lost his tail or something.
That'd be a really precise Special Beam Cannon. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, he's got to have like it had to have shown like growth, right? Like after, you know, like with Raditz, Goku had to hold him. It would have been a like nice growth thing for Piccolo.
I also I'm glad we talked about Piccolo. I hate that they didn't like up until the latest movie. They've put zero effort into actually having Piccolo use his powers on Dragon Ball. Like, doesn't turn giant. Doesn't use like the beam that just follows you constantly. He has a paralyzing beam, I believe. I don't think he uses his stretchy arms at all against Frieza.
No,
Yeah,
I think Frieza like chops his arm off, right? And he grows it back or something. Like for like a second, literally a second in one scene. But like that was it. He didn't like stretch his arms or anything. He like never used his stretchy arms until like I don't even know. Maybe the Cell games was probably the next time he actually did that.
I'm trying. I don't think he got his arms. I know Nail got his arm chopped off. I'm not sure about.
Right.
I'm not sure about Piccolo. And also, Krillin was just useless the whole way through. I mean, like, just absolutely.
Right. Krillin just died for, he wasn't a threat or anything.
Krillin actually didn't need to be here. He's like.
Right. He was there for, like, comedic relief, and that was it.
Right. And he just wanted to, like, bang Bulma the whole time, but, Destructo Disc, that never works. It's also the tip of Frieza's tail, but. Which I still don't know if they actually hit Frieza, would it get a confirmed kill?
Apparently, he's only ever used it twice.
Destructo Disc?
No, Piccolo's stretchy arm. It's called Demon Hand.
Oh.
He used it during the World Martial Arts Tournament against Krillin. And then he doesn't use it again until Dragon Ball Super against Frost.
Huh. Well, no, he definitely used it in the movie. I seen it in clips.
Right, yeah,
right.
He used it in the movie. He used it in a couple of movies actually, but like in just the like normal anime,
right?
Like he only ever used it twice,
right? And this is like the last time Piccolo was relatively relevant because,
right? During Cell, he didn't really do anything. He just trained Gohan to do it.
Well,
he like fought a Cyberman, right?
No. Well,
in the Cell games.
Well, it'd be Cell Junior. Well, they all fought Cell Junior. He fights first form Cell and loses. And also, actually, if you think about it, it's Piccolo's fault that Goku dies because the only reason Cell could regenerate is because he absorbed Piccolo's like DNA in the fight and got regeneration abilities. It's the only reason he got it.
Oh, he fights like normal Cell too, and the Dr. Gero. So I guess he got a couple fights in during that.
I barely call that a
saga.
fight. They like tiptoed because Dr. Dro was just trying to run away. But
Right.
I-
Oh, and he didn't do anything during the Boo Saga.
right. No, yeah. They at that point they gave up on all characters that weren't Saiyans.
Right.
I'd also one of my tips for fixing this saga, not that it even needs to be fixed. I wish somehow Piccolo was brought back earlier to fight like Dodoria or Zarbon, because in that way he could
Right. Give him a win.
right. Yeah. Also true. He needs a win. He definitely needs a win.
Yeah.
So what would you give it? I gave it 9 out of 10. I'm not. What would you?
Yeah, I would say like. As a whole, I would say 9 out of 10. I would say like all the fights were really good. Like
True.
Frieza was obviously good. All the Ginyu Force fights were like, a couple of them were like really quick and Vegeta just like destroyed people, but like Raccoon was like funny, I remember. And the Ginyu fight was kind of just like annoying. Like it was just like a dirty fight pretty much. Yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10. That's a good score. It's super iconic,
Right.
Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time. That's like the downfall of the whole series, because then he doesn't stop powering up after that.
Yeah, it's like the beginning. That's why I thought it was great if it just ended here, because it's like beginning of the end. Because now they're too powerful for their own bridges, and they also, it just doesn't make any sense going forward. Like he's not as strong as androids, but then later, like in Super,
right, his weakness is a heart attack.
Right.
And he's so lucky that Trunks comes from the future. It also doesn't make sense, right? Just let him die and wish him back. Who cares?
Yeah, that's also a problem.
Why even like save him and worry about it?
Like that. The funny part is that they try to fix that loophole, and like I think it was either Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z were like, oh, you can only bring someone back once.
Right. That was when that rule was in effect.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, Krillin stubbed his toe. Better kill him and bring him back to life.
Well,
like,
well, it's more like I think they circumvented it purely by saying, oh, but if you're generic about it, like, oh, I'll bring back everyone who died from Frieza. You're not being specific, but it's included. Because it's always like,
I wish everything was back to the way it was before this or that.
Right, like that they never actually wish specifically for anyone to be revived again. They just always say, "Oh,
right,
bring back everyone's cells killed," and then which happens to be like both the Android 17 and all the humans.
Right.
Or in Frieza's case, the universe.
Right.
I just, again, that's what pisses me off, because Goku knew that Frieza's a tyrant, so why let him go? I'm sorry. That's just gonna, that's like, that's what it's just like, I just want to strangle him. That's why, like, I always wish...
Goku's just a moron, and he's gotten worse and worse as time has gone on.
Right. He's got like the Family Guy effect, where Peter Griffin like was like reasonably stupid at the start, and then just got like unrealistically dumb by the end.
Right.
It's just like, I want to be the best. I'll keep letting my enemies revive. It's like everyone around him dies, and you still let these people continue. Like, dude, come on. And
then he fights a god, and is like,
then he is a god.
Yeah, I could take him.
I could take. Yeah, then he is a god, which is
a
whole other issue. And then Frieza is also a god, and now Frieza has like other forms. He changes color. Although I do wish that they brought upon Cooler's transformation to Frieza. I always loved Cooler's like last form, where he's like armored up.
Cooler was sweet. I want them to bring him back.
Yeah, that they really should. They brought Broly. Like, he should be the next one.
Retcon it, make him come back, and that's it. I mean, that's all you need.
Also, what's it? They also, I think it's during this saga they have the oh wait, I think that is the well, it's not technically filler, right? Where they talk about Bardock and like or was that purely a special? I know they talked about
that was the special. I think.
Okay. That makes sense. But I know they talked about the destruction of the planet. I just don't think they talked about like Bardock
Right.
specifically, which would have been nice.
Yeah, I don't remember because I remember Frieza talks about destroying planet Vegeta, right? And that's why Vegeta gets so mad.
Well, the Doria tells him, and then
Oh, right,
I think
right.
Vegeta. I think then Frieza confirms it. Frieza's like, "I did destroy your planet." It's like, wow, that's gonna piss me off. Come on, why would you do that, man?
Yeah. Yeah, why would you tell me that?
Why would you tell me that? Kind of a weird thing to bring up at a Christmas party, but okay. Also, not that like keep continuing with this, but I also do hate that like Frieza survived, like actually survived the planet exploding. So like he gets chopped in half, he gets a planet blown, he gets a beam in the face from Goku,
Right.
and the
He was
planet
just
explodes.
bits.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like I don't like that at all. I don't know what like the logic is. Like, is it because he's like an alien and he can just survive with like those limbs chopped off? But if he can bleed, which is shown, then his organs would fall out. But he's like levitating, so I'm not really sure why they did that. I'm not sure if it's like that in the manga, but in the anime, like he's floating with like half a body, and he's just like,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you're dead. You are dead.
Yeah. He was super dead. And they just like, yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Right. So yeah, I mean, 9 out of 10. You should watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, if you've gone 20 years without watching this and you watch anime,
right.
I don't know what to say otherwise. Just go watch it now.
Yeah, seriously though. I don't know if this button's gonna work. It works. That's the show, guys. I hope you liked our review of the Frieza Saga. It's really cool. If you like these like anime reviews, let us know. We'll do a lot more. This is our first one, so it's pretty fun. But don't remember to like, comment, subscribe on TikTok, YouTube. Get who thousands. We get monetized, make pennies on the dollar. Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and everyone else listen to podcasts. 5 stars or 4 stars, and I guess 3, but not 2 or 1. Those doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Follow and like us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Discord. Talk to us. And we still got like 5 seconds left. Derek, say something quick.
Damn you, Freezy Pop. How could you?